A Tennessee explosives plant is now a scene of utter devastation, a stark reminder of the inherent dangers involved in handling powerful substances. The challenge now is clear, to piece together what happened, but the investigators face a minefield, literally and figuratively. The explosion, which obliterated a building at the Accurate Energetic Systems facility, has left investigators with a complex and perilous task because of the sheer force of the blast. There are no surviving witnesses, and potential evidence has been scattered for miles around. The incident occurred roughly 60 miles west of Nashville, where the company manufactures highly explosive products for military and industrial use. Authorities are proceeding with extreme caution, emphasizing that uncovering the cause of Friday's explosion could take weeks or even months. This is due to the unique challenges presented by the scene, necessitating a careful, methodical approach with safety evaluations conducted minute to minute. But here's where it gets controversial. The primary concern is the presence of undetonated explosives, which pose a significant threat to first responders and investigators. Before any investigative work or victim recovery can commence, the blast area must be meticulously swept, foot by foot, to ensure all explosives are safely neutralized, as stated by Governor Bill Lee. This is no easy feat, considering the nature of the facility and the potential for unstable materials scattered throughout the wreckage. According to Bryce McCracken, special agent in charge at the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, National Center for Explosives Training and Research, the post-blast investigation will only begin once the area is completely cleared of all hazards, including remains. The goal is to determine the cause and origin of the explosion. Finding the root cause will be a painstaking process. The initial blast triggered a cascade of secondary explosions, creating roughly half a square mile of damaged area. This complicates the investigation by potentially obscuring the true origin of the blast. Key evidence, which could be as small as a fingernail, may have been thrown miles away, according to experts. The ATF, leading the investigation, has deployed one of its elite national response teams to tackle this monumental challenge. Tyra Cunningham, Assistant Special Agent in charge at the ATF's Nashville Division, stated that the agency will ensure accountability if criminal activity is involved. However, if the explosion was accidental, the goal is to learn from the tragedy to prevent future occurrences. And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about assigning blame, but about preventing similar incidents in the future. Let's break down the key challenges and how investigators plan to overcome them. Vast scene, potential landmines. The sheer size of the blast site, combined with the presence of undetonated explosives, creates an extremely hazardous environment. While the specific products manufactured in the destroyed building are unclear, Accurate Energetic is a major supplier to the military, producing bulk explosives, landmines, and small breaching charges, including C4. Just last month, the Department of Defense awarded the company a nearly $120 million contract for the procurement of TNT. Bomb technicians from the ATF, FBI, and Tennessee Bureau of Investigation are undertaking the slow, physically demanding task of clearing the area. Humphreys County Sheriff Chris Davis noted that the work is very physically demanding, and technicians are wearing heavy protective gear in the Tennessee heat. The ATF National Response Team, a specialized rapid response force that has responded to high-profile bombings, explosions, and arson incidents such as the 9/11 World Trade Center attack and the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, is leading the effort. The National Response Team includes certified explosive specialists, bomb technicians, electrical engineers, forensic chemists, and intelligence researchers. Cunningham emphasized that these individuals bring decades of experience in determining the origin and cause of explosions and fires. The explosives disposal teams are working systematically from the outer fringe of the blast site towards the suspected origin point, according to McCracken. A drone from the sheriff's office is also being used to identify potential hotspots from the air. Thomas Chittum, a former ATF official with over 2 decades of experience, noted that one advantage in this investigation is the detailed record of hazardous materials stored inside the building, due to Accurate Energetic being a government contractor. Loss of eyewitnesses. Tragically, all 16 people inside the facility died in the explosion. This not only leaves behind grieving families and coworkers, but also deprives investigators of crucial first-hand accounts. CNN analyst John Miller pointed out that everyone who could have described the events leading up to the blast is deceased. Instead, authorities will have to interview other workers who were not present, but may offer insights into the workplace conditions. Chittum emphasized the importance of understanding the state of the workplace, including its cleanliness, orderliness, and compliance with regulations. He also mentioned that surveillance footage can sometimes provide valuable information about the timing and location of the initial blast, but its existence in this case is uncertain due to the extensive damage. Victim identification. Identifying the victim's remains is a slow process, as recovery efforts are contingent on the area being cleared of explosives. While a list of presumed deceased employees has been compiled, families face an agonizing wait. Authorities are expediting the process by collecting DNA samples from family members. TBI Director David Rausch stated that rapid DNA technology will be used to quickly match remains to family samples once recovery is possible. Reconstructing the scene. Once the scene is declared safe, investigators will face a chaotic landscape of mangled equipment and debris. The first step is to identify the seat of the blast. Chittum noted that the complete devastation makes this particularly challenging, as the building has been essentially razed. The already large and complicated scene has expanded further as residents have discovered debris as far as 2 miles from the facility. Hickman County Sheriff Jason Kraft urged residents to avoid touching any suspicious objects and to call 911. The ATF and assisting agencies will utilize facility blueprints, pictures, and the debris field to reconstruct the scene, according to ATF Special Agent in Charge Matthew Ballou. Agents will use a grid system to chart hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces of tagged evidence, determining their origin, distance, and direction of travel. Ballou described the process as almost like putting a puzzle back together, taking small pieces and reconstructing them into larger components. ATF Supervisory Special Agent Dixon Robin, who previously spoke to CNN about the challenges of gathering evidence after explosions or fires, emphasized the importance of considering every possibility and avoiding rushing to conclusions. Chris Faulkner, an ATF NRT team leader, stressed the need for objectivity and a scientific approach, resisting pressure from the community or political influences. "We have one shot to do this right," he said. "This investigation is a complex and dangerous undertaking, requiring patience, precision, and a commitment to uncovering the truth. The safety of the investigators and the accurate reconstruction of events are paramount." What do you think is the biggest challenge facing investigators in this case? Do you believe the focus should be more on assigning blame or preventing future incidents? Share your thoughts in the comments below.